Chapter 54 Ghost. Mouth swallowing the red sun, Zhongbian came out and swallowed all the projections of Taiyi, Tongshan, and Shu. Roar. Tilde 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 tilde. The ginger ghost, who swallowed the red sun, steeply showed a fierce face and let out a loud roar. The roar shook the sky and blasted countless cultivators, who instantly covered their ears and fell to the ground in pain. Ah, help, don't shout. Countless cultivators cried out in terror, but Zhongbian's roar was so violent that it completely overpowered everyone's voices. And at this moment, there was only one sound in heaven and earth, Zhongbian's roar. Boom boom boom. The 100,000 dry drought demon army on the side gradually awakened. Each of them looked up at the Zhongbian in the center, all of them revealing a look of respect. Gu Hai's flying boat flew in the distance, opening the astral shield, but the tremendous roar still shook the flying boat. Boom! Instantly, the flying boat's shield was blown to pieces by the roar of Zhongye. Lin Wana and the others immediately covered their ears. What a loud sound! Long Wen Yu also covered her ears and cried out in pain. However, Zhongbian's roar was so loud that no one could hear what they shouted. Buzz! The heavenly Zun divine seal trembled violently, and a force rushed straight to Gu Hai's ears, shielding his hearing. Gu Hai's ears weren't disturbed by the Zhongye, but his whole body clothes were trembling, his powerful flesh body blocking the sound waves, unlike others, whose inner pitch was shaking. A loud roar, as if giving vent to the boundless resentment of Zhongbian. Taiyi, Tongshan, Shu, the three of them had their projections swallowed, and they actually didn't strike again. They actually didn't project over again. Lin Wana said in surprise. What Lin Wana didn't know was that at this moment, it wasn't just where the crowd was that they heard the sound of a huge roar. Throughout the entire divine land, the sky-shattering roar of Zhongye was heard. The Wanshu Taoist cult in the south, the Great Qian dynasty in the north, the Spirit Mountain sacred land in the west, and the Sun God Palace in the northeast, almost everyone had heard the great roar of Zhongbian. On the 9-5 island, Gu Qin was commanding the generals and setting up a large formation when he suddenly heard the roar. His face changed, and he turned his head to look in the direction of the divine continent Earth. Chaos City. Shang Wantrei stepped out of his mansion, turned his head to the southwest, and his face deeply sank. Zhongbao, she's come out. Ha ha. Now there's a mess, Zhongbao. What a big grudge. Shang Wantrei revealed a cold smile. The entrance of the imperial palace. Bing Ji looked towards the southwestern direction, and also steeply sank her face. She came out. Is she going to take revenge? What a disaster. Bing Ji said with an ugly face. In the west, a land of mountains and forests, the Bodhisattva of Mercy Life was bringing Guhan outside a ruined and abandoned temple. There were weeds and debris all around, and the two of them slowly cleared the surrounding area, clearing up to a plaque with the 4 big words Nalanda Temple. Rensheng Bodhisattva was about to open his mouth, when the sound of a huge roar from Zhongzhen came steeply from the east. Master, where did that sound come from? Guhan was surprised. Bodhisattva Mercy Life's eyes narrowed slightly as he looked to the east. Zhongbian, she came out. Mercy Life Bodhisattva's brows furrowed steeply. Zhongbian, you've seen her in your previous life. Her Buddhist path is what she came to me to practice in the West. Buddha, devil, Tao, demon. She's proficient in everything. She's come out, alas, or there will be another flood of life and death. Mercy Life Bodhisattva sighed slightly. Roar. Tilde 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 tilde. The roar of the Jiang host extended for an instant stick of time before it stopped. Raising his head to look at the sky, he looked around. Zhongzhen's face showed a viciousness, as if the previous venting had not drained away all the grievances. I know, you one old thing, are watching me, can also hear my voice. Zhongzhen gave a cold snort. It was as if Zhongzhen was speaking to the air, but, within his eyes, There was a wave of resentment. Back then, you guys couldn't kill me. Nowadays, the same can't kill me. Humph, sealing me for 3,000 years, giving you guys 3,000 years of development. So what if 3,000 years of development? I was able to suppress you guys back then. Nowadays, the same can suppress you guys. Zhong Ghost's face showed a grimace with a cold shout. The surrounding cultivators fled, while looking at Zhongzhen in shock. Who was she talking to? But the crowd of cultivators didn't dare to approach. They could only flee, quickly. In the eyes of Zhongbian, the crowd is not even in their eyes. Before there is a chance for them to escape, the sound of its roar cannot be withstood, let alone the other. Escape, escape, escape. Above the ancient sea flying boat, Fairy One's face sank. Who is she talking about? Gu Hai asked curiously. Of the three great heavenly dynasties under the sky, only the Great Qian dynasty and the Zhongyao have no cause and effect. The other two great heavenly dynasties both have grudges with her. They should be talking about them. Lin Wen frowned. Zhongbion's face looked towards the southwestern direction with a grimace. Twisting his head, Zhongbian looked to the south. Zhong family, old thing. Hey, hey ha ha ha. Back then, I but did not think but you will turn against me and GD Hong cooperation to deal with me. Zhong family, Zhong family. I come from the Zhong family. No matter when and where, I will give the Zhong family to leave a margin of error. From the time to time, never changed. But 3,000 years ago, how you guys against me? Hey, this account, slowly count, slowly count. Zhongyao looked towards the southeast and said in a cold voice, however, the Ginger family so to me. I also do not stay Ginger family. That day onwards, my bloodline also come clean. No you Ginger family blood. This time, simply will surname also return you. From today onwards, I am no longer called Zhong Ghost. The name is me. I am me. My name is Ghost Hostors. Ghost said coldly. Ghost, the Zhong family. In the distance, Gu Hai raised an eyebrow and looked towards Fairy Wana. Fairy Wana was silent for a while and eventually bit her lip. The Zhong family and Ji family, each ruling a heavenly dynasty, alongside the Dragon family, are among the three major heavenly dynasties, and among them, the Qing Emperor you're looking for is also a member of the Zhong family. Qing Emperor. Gu Hai's pupils abruptly shrunk. Don't you go looking for him. Now, Fairy Wana instantly worried and complained that she had spoken too much. Taking a deep breath, Gu Hai suppressed the restlessness in his heart and nodded. I know, don't worry. I won't mess around. I still have to save my useful body for revenge. Fairy Wana nodded. On the other side, after finishing everything, Ghost smiled coldly. It was as if she was speaking to the air, but everyone here understood that the voice of Ghost, through some means, had already been transmitted to the two great heavenly dynasties' court capitals. She was calling out to the two great heavenly dynasties at the same time. Most of the people did not know the bottom line of Bao Bao, and as they listened to Bao Bao's cold drink, each and every one of them had their mouths wide open. Only Qin Zibai and Zhao Great King, however, guessed something. Who is this woman? Is it important, just from this call to the Zhong family, Ji family to huge forces? The two people consciously keep retreating. This woman is powerful. It can be seen. Tongshan, Taiyi, Shu, the three great powerhouses also silenced at this moment. Ghost finished drinking everything and turned his head to look at his 100,000 subordinates who were kneeling on one knee. At this moment, all the Dryad generals awoke. Long live your majesty, long live your majesty. The 100,000 dry demon generals respectfully bowed. Above the flying boat in the distance, Gu Hai raised an eyebrow. Ghost, she's an imperial dynasty great emperor. Imperial dynasties, and heavenly dynasties were divided into different levels, and their monarchs were addressed differently. Imperial dynasties addressed the emperor, imperial dynasties addressed his majesty, and heavenly dynasties addressed the holy emperor. These 100,000 drought demon generals addressed Cao Bao as his majesty. Yes, in the past, she did possess an imperial dynasty. It seems like it fell apart afterwards. And I have read the canonical books. It seems as if the old part of the drought demon, during the period when she was sealed, had independent portals and started their own dynasties. Even if they didn't, the descendants of her old part had started their own dynasties, maybe. Fairy Winner frowned in desire to speak, waiting for the ghost to come out of the seal. As long as she comes out of the seal, with a single command, the imperial dynasty can be restored very quickly. Gu Hai's face sank. Perhaps, Lin Wana nodded with a bitter smile. The 100,000 dryad generals knelt down, and the drought demon's eyes slowly calmed down. The fangs in his mouth slowly retracted, and his face returned to its normal state as he coldly looked at the crowd of dry demon generals. "Get up," the drought demon said in a deep voice. Yes, 100,000 dry drought demon generals bellowed in response. Click, 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 click. The 100,000 dry drought demons stood up extremely neatly. The flames emerging from their bodies burned the surrounding land, and throughout the original Dragon Vein city, the earth had long been burnt into the color of glaze. The drought demon didn't care about the cultivators running away in all directions. Perhaps these people were just ants in her eyes. The queen probed out her right hand. Her index finger was slightly bent, her dark black nails, and she made a light stroke in the void. "Who are you?" The void seemed to have cut out a rift, and rolling black gas surged out wildly. "That's..." Ling Wana's face changed in the distance. "Yin Chair. This is the Yin Chair of the Netherworld. She cut open the gate of the Netherworld." Sima Feng on the side also exclaimed. No, ghost. She's not only proficient in Buddha, devil, Tao and demon. She even understands the means of the Shou Shai. How many things has she learnt? Lin Wana was surprised. In the distance, Qin Zibai's face also changed wildly. Shuttling between yin and yang, there was only one kind of person, and that was a Shou Shai. There were only 8 Shou Shai in total under the world, and the ghost in front of her could also be. She was the 9th. Shuttling between yin and yang, such a probing stroke to bring people in. The Dongfang gentleman who was killed by Gu Hai earlier couldn't do it either. Qin Zibai was surprised. In the distance, Quadded Great King's face also changed wildly. In the past, when he came to fight for the Earth Dragon Vein, he thought that he was the most invincible, but now, he was nothing in front of this Quad. "Go," the bird of prey coldly said. As he spoke, the ghost stepped into that void rift and entered the environment surrounded by Yin Chair. "Yes, Your Majesty," the 100,000 dry drought demons answered and droned. Rumble. Stepping neatly, the army of 100,000 dry drought demons slowly entered that entrance to the 2 realms, slowly entering the Netherworld. It wasn't until all of the dry demon generals had entered that one rift slowly closed up. Boom. The rift closed, and the yin wind slightly swept out of that void. The ghost and her 100,000 dry drought demon army disappeared, but the cultivators who fled in all directions were unable to calm down for a long time, still immersed in the great shock from earlier. "The drought demon has come out of the world. We must report to the Sunt immediately." Sima Feng's face changed as he said. "The old man must have already known, but also want you to report," Long Wenyu said with a disdainful face.